Vande Gujarat.
A very warm welcome to all viewers to our today's session, Measures of Central Tendency, which is the part of statistics. So today we are going to discuss different measures of central tendency. One of the important objectives of statistical analysis is to determine various numerical measures which describe the inherent characteristics of a frequency distribution. The first of such measures is average. The averages are the measures which contains a huge unwidely set of numerical data into single numerical values which are representative of the entire distribution. Averages are the typical values around which other items of the distribution gather. They are the values which lie between two extreme observations. Extreme observation means minimum value and the maximum value. The distribution and give us an idea about the concentration of the values in the central part of the distribution. So here we are discussing about the central part of the distribution. It is known as measure of central tendency. So what are the requisites of measure of central tendency? It should be rigidly defined, then it should be easy to understand and calculate even for a non-mathematical person. It should be based on all the observations. It should be suitable for the mathematical treatment. So by using the measure of central tendency, you can use other mathematical formulas. It should be affected as little as possible by the fluctuation of sampling. It should not be affected much by extreme observations. So let us understand various measures of central tendency. Arithmetic mean or simply mean, median, mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean are the 5 measures of central tendency or measures of location which are commonly used in practice. Let us start with first one, which is arithmetic mean, which is also called as simply mean. In daily life we also called as average. So arithmetic mean of a given set of observation is their sum divided by the number of observations. So for example, the arithmetic mean of 5, 8, 10 and 20, how we will calculate? 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 20 divide by total number of observation, which is 4. So the answer is 43 divide by 4. So in general, if x1, x2 up to xn are the given n observations, then their arithmetic mean usually denoted by x bar and which is given by x1 plus x2 plus xn divided by n, which is equal to summation x divided by n, where summation x is the sum of the observations. So let us understand with example. Example 1. The IQs of 10 boys in a class are given below. Find out the mean IQ. So here data is given, which is 70, 120, 110, 101, 88 and so on. So we have to find out the mean IQ. So x bar equal to summation x divided by n, which is the total number of observation, which is 10. So 972 divided by 10. So mean IQ for 10 boys is 97.2. So now what to do in case of frequency distribution? The mean frequency for variable x is also given. So for that, arithmetic mean x bar is given by x1 plus x1 up to f1 times plus x2 plus x2 up to f2 times plus and so on xn plus xn up to fn times divided by the total frequency, which is f1 plus f2 up to fn. So the formula is derived as summation fx divided by summation f. Here summation f is the total frequency, which is equal to capital N. So for frequency distribution, x bar equal to summation fx divided by capital N. Let us understand it with the example. A dice is thrown 20 times and the following scores were recorded. Find out the mean score. So here number on the dice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dice means paso. Gujarati ma paso, right? Which we used to play in snake and ladder. So if the number of dice occurs 1, so frequency is 2. For number on the dice 2, the frequency is also 2. For 3, frequency is 5 and the data is given. So solution. Let the variable x denote the number on the dice and f is the related frequency. So x and f is already given to us. Total frequency which is calculated here, n equal to 20 which is equal to sigma f. So f into x equal to 1 into 2 which is 2, 2 into 2 which is 4, 3 into 5 which is 15 and so on. So sigma fx equal to 81. Now by using the above formula which is x bar equal to summation fx divided by summation f, where summation f is capital N. So summation fx is 81 and summation f is 20. By using this value we get x bar equal to 4.05. So the mean number which is 4.05. Now in case of continuous or grouped frequency distribution, the values of x are taken as the mid value of the corresponding class. So when we have data of class like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, we consider the mid value which is 5, 15, 25 as our x value. Now let us understand it with the example. Example number 3. Calculate the mean marks for the following frequency distribution. So here you can see the data marks is given in class which is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. And number of students data is also given. So 0 to 10, number of students 6. That means there are 6 students who are obtaining marks between 0 to 10. So there are 5 students who are obtaining marks between 10 to 20 and so on. There are only 3 students who obtain the marks between 60 to 70. Now to solve this example, we make one table in which marks which is already given, then we find the mid value as it is a data of group frequency. So for first 0 to 10, our mid value x is 5 which is obtained by 0 plus 10 divided by 2 which is equal to 5. So for next class mid value is 15, then for 20 to 30 mid value is 25, 30 to 40 mid value is 35 and so on. Then in third column number of students which is our f is already given and at the end we find the total frequency which is summation f equal to n equal to which is 50. Now in the last column we find f into x. So 5 into 6 30, 15 into 5 75, 25 into 5 200 and so on. And the value, total value that is sigma fx equal to 1670. Now by using this value and putting in the formula of x bar, we get summation fx divided by summation f equal to summation fx divided by n which is sigma f equal to 1670 divided by 50 which is equal to 33.4 marks. Now the another technique to calculate arithmetic mean which is step deviation method. If the values of x or an f are large, the calculation of mean by the above formula is quite tedious and time consuming. So in such case, the calculation can be reduced to great extent by using the step deviation method, which consists in taking the deviations of the given observations from any arbitrary value a. So let d equal to x minus a. So here we are taking deviation of variable x from any arbitrary point a. So here a is our arbitrary value. Then we multiply both the side by frequency. So f into d equal to f into x minus a, which is equal to fx minus af. Now taking the sum over various values of x, we get summation fd equal to summation fx minus a summation f. Here a being a constant and can be taken outside the summation sign. So summation fd equal to summation fx minus an. Why here n? Because sigma f equal to n. Now dividing both the side by capital N, we get summation fd divided by n equal to summation fx divided by capital N minus a, which is equal to x bar minus a. So here sigma fx divided by capital N is our x bar. So we get the formula is x bar equal to a plus summation fd divided by capital N. So in case of group or continuous frequency distribution with class interval of equal magnitude, that means same. Our class is given 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, where class length, which is called varg lambai, is same. The calculations are further simplified by taking deviation d equal to x minus a divided by h. So here x is the mid value of the class and h is the common magnitude of the class interval. So our formula becomes x bar equal to a plus h into sigma fd divided by capital N. Now let us understand with example. Calculate the mean for the following frequency distribution by using step deviation method. So here we have specified that we have to calculate the mean by step deviation method. So same data is same as the previous sum. Marks, number of students is given. Now to find out the solution, we make one table in which first column indicates the marks, which is already given. Then we find out the mid value, which is x, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65. Then number of students, which is already given, so which is 6, 5, 8, 15, 7, 6, 3. And we find out the value of f into x, which is 5 into 6, 30, 15 into 5, 75, 25 into 8, 200 and so on. Now to find out the value of d, we use the formula d equal to x minus a by h, where a is 35, which is the mid value of x. We can take a as any arbitrary value, but in general we consider the mid value of x as a. So here d equal to x minus 35 divided by 10, where 10 is our class length, which is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Now our x is 5 minus 35 divided by 10, which is equal to minus 3. Then the next value 15 minus 35, which is divided by 10, which is equal to minus 2, and so on. The fifth column, which is for d, is calculated. Now for the formula we also required summation fd. So we multiply the obtained d by f. So we get 6 minus 3 equal to minus 18, 5 into minus 2, which is minus 10, 8 into minus 1, which is minus 8, 15 into 0 equal to 0. So on. Now in the last row we find out total frequency, which is summation f equal to 50, summation fx, which is equal to 1670, and summation fd, which is equal to minus 8. Now by using the value in the formula, we get the required result. So here a 35, h 10 into minus 8 divided by 50. So we get x bar equal to 33.4 marks. Now, means of the combined series. If we know the size and means of two component series, then we can find the mean of the resultant series obtaining on combining the given series. If n1 and n2 are the sizes and x1 bar and x2 bar are the respective means of two groups, then the means x bar of the combined group of size n1 plus n2 is given by x bar equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar whole divided by n1 plus n2. So in some case in real life, suppose in your college or institute you have two groups A and B. So you only know the size of A and the mean marks of A group. Same, you only know the size of group B and the mean marks of group B. But your principal wants the combined result for group A and group B. In such situation, we can use mean of the combined series. So let us understand it with the example. In a class of 100 students, the mean of marks of 70 boys was 75 and the mean marks of 30 girls was 65. So find out the mean marks of the class. Let us see the solution. So here mean marks of boys, which is our x1 bar, equal to 75. Mean marks of girls, which is equal to x2 bar, which is equal to 65. And our n1, which is number of boys, 70. N2, number of girls, which is 30. So by using the above formula, x bar equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. And by putting the values, we get 5250 plus 1950 divided by 100. So the mean marks of the class of the size 100 students is 72 marks. Now, weighted arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is based on